Hello B1 family, and welcome back to the YouTube channel, The Big Black American Secret. My name is Daniel Jackson, and I want to talk to you about the George Floyd Chauvin murder trial. Family, this racist government is conditioning us for a predictable outcome. No different than the white lady who killed that young man, Walton John, that white cop who killed him in his own home. They showed us the trial on TV so that our emotions could play out over time, and so that our anger could be drawn out over time. You know, this is an old white supremacist racist trick. You understand what I'm saying? I mean, he's only being charged with third-degree murder, so right off the boot, it ain't first-degree murder, so therefore it ain't really justice to begin with. But some would say this is a step in what might seem to be the right direction. Only time will tell. You understand what I'm saying? But here, I don't want you all to be fooled. This guy's murder conviction will be, if not identical, it'll maybe a little bit harsher than, like I say, that white lady cop that killed Walton John in his own home. Because the world is watching this case. The world really felt this situation when George Floyd died. I mean, they had uprisings in almost in every country. You understand what I'm saying? But you know what? Let me read the goal of this channel first before I get into it, because again, it gets frustrating, and I'm so tired of seeing innocent black people being killed by the police and there's no accountability. But we're going to get into that. Okay, the goal of this channel is to build an unstoppable army of knowledgeable black melanated people in America and around the world that understand that we as melanated people have one enemy worldwide, and that enemy is the system of racism, white supremacy. Our mission through education is to replace this evil system with the system of freedom, justice, and equality as laid out by Dr. Frances Cress Welsing. We will need your help in building this knowledgeable army. You can help by subscribing to this channel, by donating to this cause through Cash App or PayPal, and by sharing the videos you watch here and any knowledge that is shared. In doing so together, we help fertilize the mentally enslaved, colonized minds of black melanated people worldwide, creating the perfect mental conditions for our children to grow up in a better, more balanced world. And Dr. Frances Cress Welsing's video will be in the description. Every black person in the world need to see that video, because it explains to you what the system of racism, white supremacy is, and it'll end a lot of confusion that you have. Okay, so please, after you watch this video, watch Dr. Frances Cress Welsing's video that's going to be in the description. Now, getting back to this trial. The system, okay, the nation's police force, these policy officers are the local enforcement arm of the system of racism, white supremacy. The system of racism, white supremacy needs the police force to keep doing what it's doing, which is keeping a knee in our necks, for lack of better words. Without a strong police force, the system of racism, white supremacy would feel itself to be weak. And a system of racism, white supremacy is not quite ready to take that pawn off the board. I don't know if it'll ever be ready, but that's okay, and it don't matter, because we are here to end the system of racism, white supremacy. We're not here to wait until it's ready to do whatever it wants to do. That's not the goal. It's not our goal. Our goal is not to wait for it to do what it feels like doing. Racist people with the mindset of racist white supremacists are not people with emotions and hearts. You understand what I'm saying? They don't see us as humans, first of all. They damn sure don't see us as equal. They're afraid to lose any benefits that they feel like they may have because of this system of racism, white supremacy, when they don't honestly understand that they will actually gain a lot. If everybody's equal, truly equal, then that automatically eliminates animosity and warring. You understand what I'm saying? But no, they have a fear of retribution. They believe that if you remove police, the ability for police officers to kill black people, they'll be put in a position to where black people are gonna extract some type of revenge on them. And to be honest with you people, that just ain't gonna happen. There's no need for that. You understand what I'm saying? If racist white people woke up tomorrow and decided, you know what, I'm so tired of being a racist white supremacist. You know what? I'm gonna pay black people reparations like I should have been done a long time ago. And you know what? I'm gonna be a better person, and everything gonna be fair from now on. There's no more racism, white supremacy. You understand what I'm saying? Now, again, this is fairy tale land. But if that was to end up happening, it would almost be like a utopia in the United States, which would springboard to other countries. But again, fairy tale land. That ain't gonna happen. It ain't gonna happen tomorrow. You know, it just ain't gonna happen. But again, we're not here to wait for them to do anything. We're gonna continue down our path, which is to demand reparations, and we're gonna go from there. You understand what I'm saying? And again, reparations is only to address stolen labor. You understand what I'm saying? Because again, we are Aboriginal Americans. We are the only true Americans. This whole world belongs, this whole continent belongs to us, the black man and woman of America. You understand what I'm saying? Everybody else are aliens. They're foreign to this land. And that goes, I'm talking about everybody. The Mongolian breed of Asian, which are the Chinese-looking Indians in our history books and in Hollywood movies. They come across the Bering Strait from Asia about 12,000 years ago. That's what leading paleontologists say. Those people are immigrants. White Europeans, immigrants from Europe. See what I'm saying? We are the only people that's from the dirt. We're from the dirt of this continent. Now, I know we all grew up thinking the out of Africa theory was correct, and it is not. The out of Africa theory was given to us so that we would not know that this landmass belongs to us. And when I say landmass, I mean North America, which is Canada, all the way down to the tip of South America and the Caribbean islands. That is the continent of America. You understand? So, no, the out of Africa theory was given to us by racist white Europeans to steal our land, labor, identity, and resources. You understand? So, so again, reparations would only address our lost labor, a small percentage of it to be exact. You understand what I'm saying? But it would be a good start. It would be a hell of a start. It's going to be a hell of a start, because this is not we're not asking for reparations. We are demanding reparations. You see what I'm saying? And we will get it. One way or the other, it'll be had. You understand what I'm saying? So, again, this George Floyd, the Chauvin murder trial, that's what I'm going to call it. The George Floyd Chauvin murder trial technically is a farce. Again, what they're doing, they're drawing out this event to desensitize you for the final decision. You understand what I'm saying? That's just the way human beings work. The longer you draw something out, when it finally comes to the thing, you almost don't have any fight left in you. You're gonna accept whatever the outcome of the trial is, and that's exactly what their purpose is. They've done this before. It's a well played game, you know. But again, people, we gotta. This dude, he murdered this guy live. Well, I don't know if it was live, but it was on a video camera. And it's unconscionable, but not unconscionable, because we live this shit every day. He had his knee in this dude's neck, and they say that George Floyd died from drugs. He died from a heart attack. Hell, he died from COVID-19. The system of racism, white supremacy dance all around this white man, this white police officer, this murder, with his knee on his neck, because white people don't want to be seen as murderers. But that's exactly what they are and who they are. They have to deflect. Think about it. What you're seeing in the news every day is a deflection. Asian hate from black people. These are stories that are amplified and created by the media, white corporate media, white racist corporate media, to say that black people are racist and terrorists toward Asians, when it's white people the whole time. And again, I made a video called Psych Ops. That's exactly what's going on here with the Asian hate. You know, but again, people, until you fully understand the system of racism, white supremacy, how it operates, you're going to be confused. That's what Neely Fuller says, and he's 100% right. So watch Dr. Francis Cress Welson's video. That's going to be in the description. I just don't want my people to continue to be confused by these shenanigans. We are terrorized every day by this racist government. This is a tyrannical racist government toward black people. But the way they do it is, I can't call it smooth. What I'm gonna call it is slick. See, this cop on trial for murder, it puts all the focus on the cop. It doesn't put any focus on this racist government. This guy is a governmental employee by way of the police department. Let me say that again. This guy works for the United States government by way of the police department before they fired him. So therefore, this government killed George Floyd. Do you understand what I'm trying to tell you? People, we have to start putting shit in its proper context. The United States of America, this racist government, is the murderer of black people. You understand? We have to put the blame squarely where it belongs. And I know a lot of y'all, it would probably be hard for you to even make your mouth out to say that this government is racist when you know in your heart it is. But we all went to school and we pledged allegiance to the flag. You know what I'm saying? And we all say that this is our government. But it really is not. Most of them people in those positions, you don't even know their names, what they do. Hell, you didn't even vote for them. They don't represent you. This government is racist, it's tyrannical, and it has carte blanche on killing black people. Just think about this. Think about this for 1 second. I saw this news today. I promise you, you can't make this shit up. Undocumented immigrants, and I believe it's in New York City, have been promised $15,000 due to being unemployed because of COVID-19. Now, somebody check me if I'm wrong. If you are undocumented, I'm pretty sure that means your ass don't supposed to be here. So how is it they're getting paid some form of reparations and black people, they're not even discussing it? It's sickening. It's sickening. But this is this racist government toward black people. People, y'all got to be careful. And all this shit going on, talking about gun rights. This is what gun rights is. I mean, they're trying to make policies to restrict gun laws. Gun laws, and I heard one person say this, I don't know what his name, but gun laws is people control, or gun control is people control. And if anybody on this planet don't want to be down for gun control, is black people. Black people, If our government owns guns, has access to bullets, you need to own guns and have access to bullets. It's common sense. If they talk your ass into being unarmed, think. Let's just back up a little bit. They killing you right now, and you have the right to own a gun. Imagine if they take that right from you. How much more they're going to be killing your ass. You really a soft target then. Man, you got to be 4 kinds of fucked up to seriously believe anything this white media says. You know, they got all of these mass shootings going on. Some of this shit might be real. Some of this shit might be created by this government in order to get people in a state of mind that they need tougher gun laws. Oh, that's white people shit. All of that shit is white people shit. White people killing white people. That ain't none of our business. We need to stay the fuck out of it. Black people, get as many guns as you can. As many as you can afford. Practice gun safety. Teach everybody in your house about gun safety and how to shoot. Stock up on fucking bullets, because they're trying to take your ability to buy bullets and guns and, you know, so you could be soft targets. This ain't about safety, people. That's the facade. You know, that's the smoke and mirrors. This government don't give no fucks about your safety. They use these opportunities to put shit in laws into place. No. They starting to see that black people are becoming more and more aware of our rights to own guns, our rights to practice Second Amendment rights, or is it First Amendments, or whatever it is, the right to bear arms. And they getting nervous. You understand what I'm saying? They getting nervous because you're moving into a position to where you can protect yourself. And you should have always been in that mindset anyway, but they beat it out of you during slavery and Jim Crow and Reconstruction. You see what I'm saying? But remember, you have a natural right to protect yourself. That ain't something any man can give you. That is a natural right given to you by this creative universe. Just like any animal in the wild, that animal has the right to protect itself and its family. You have a right to protect yourself and your family with lethal force if need be. So stop listening to all of this shit about gun rights and gun laws. Them trying to restrict that. Those messages are for you, black man and black woman. They want you to be unarmed, unsafe. These white people committing these mass shootings and shit, that's them being white. They doing that shit to each other. Got nothing to do with us. Nothing to do with us. Feel what I'm saying? So please, I beg you with all my heart, watch Dr. Francis Cress Welson's video. It's going to be in the description. And if you haven't already, share this video, hit the bell icon, and hit all so that you'll be notified when I make new videos or go live. It's so important that every black person understand this evil system that we are under. We are under a racist, tyrannical government. Start to say that shit in your mind. Because until you do, you're going to be in a fairy tale land thinking that you're in the same footing as these other people walking around here, and like white people. Just because you got freedom to go to work every day and drive your car and go to the grocery store and do this thing, you think you are not at war. You think you are truly free. But free people don't get killed in the street like dogs by cops. Truly free people have rights. You know what I'm saying? George Floyd was unarmed, not a threat. He was so much not a threat. This guy had his hands in his pocket while he was kneeling on him. And he also was using that hand as more pressure on his neck. You understand what I'm saying? So people, stop living in this fantasy world. Don't get caught up with all of this bullshit going on. These people want your ass disarmed. They want you to be a soft target. Remember, start to say it to yourself. Start to practice these words. This is a racist government toward black people. This is a racist government toward black people, because this cop and every other cop works for the United States government in the capacity of a police officer, a policy officer. That is why they will not be tried for murder in the first degree. They're scapegoats for this racist government. If the government shine the light on them for just give them a little tap on the hand, we'll say, oh yeah, them the murderers right there. No, this racist government is the murderers of innocent black people. You see what I'm saying? You see how that works? It's simple once you really, really think about it. Who do these people work for? And why ain't they being properly punished? Because if you or me go murder somebody, we going our ass under the jail. You think about that. You think about that. And here's another little twist to this thing. If that was a black cop with his knee on a white citizen, his ass would be in jail for murder 1. The very next day it happened. Again, this government is racist toward black people. You on the right channel. You on the right channel. The goal has always been population control or population reduction of black people. They have been killing us. Everything has been designed to murder us, slowly or fast. And I'm talking from the food we eat to vaccinations we take, starting with all kind of shit from when we kids. You understand what I'm saying? People think about this shit real careful. Think back a little bit with me. When you was young and y'all used to play outside, it wasn't a whole lot of y'all who was on the heavy side. 1 or 2 of y'all might have been a little chubby. Most of us was in decently fit shape. You understand what I'm saying? But then they got us with that processed food and that food pyramid, which the fuck is upside down. That food pyramid, upside down. There ain't no way we should be eating that much bread in a regular diet. This American diet is the disease. I ain't gonna get off track with that, but I'm just saying, our food has been weaponized against us. Our music has been weaponized against us. All media and movies have been weaponized against us. The medical industry has been weaponized against us. Everything weaponized against us to reduce our numbers, to incarcerate us, to get us on drugs, so that we're not a threat. People, we are at war. We have been at war for 529 years. Nobody's ever said these words to you because a lot of people just simply don't know it. The Roman Catholic Church in 1493, right after Christopher Columbus came here and started enslaving the people here, the Roman Catholic Church made a declaration giving Spain the right to enslave, rape, and murder American citizens, indigenous Americans who did not take on the Catholic, the Christian religion. That war started for you in 1492, not in 1619. Those 20-odd Africans, supposedly 20-odd Africans in 1619 that showed up on the shore of Jamestown, those were Indians from the Caribbean islands. I have a video about it. Please join this channel. Share, hit the bell, hit all. And watch all of the videos. There's clues and bits and pieces in all of them. And I also teach. You can pay $49 and get just a video course. Or you can pay $199 for coaching. It's hand-holding. We'll meet 4 times through live video conferencing for 1 hour a week. This is so you can be fast-tracked. You understand what I'm saying? But people, you are the only true American. You are an Aboriginal American. And that is why you are enemy number 1. And that's why this United States government has an X on your back. They're trying to kill you any which way they can. People, when I tell you everything has been weaponized against you, I damn sure mean everything. Everything. Anything you could think of, I can show you it's been weaponized against you. I mean, My heart bleeds every day because I want to get this information out to the most amount of people as fast as I can, quick as I can, because we are at war and we are being killed. We are being killed in the street like dogs with rabies. And these people parade a trial to us that stretches the span of weeks just to lessen our anger so we don't burn this bitch to the ground. That's exactly what need to happen to this racist ass government. It need to be burned to the ground and rebuilt from the ground up. I don't advocate violence. I do advocate self-defense with lethal force if need be. But what I'm saying is, let's just say metaphorically speaking, the United States government could be the best thing since peanut butter and bread if everybody was on the same page or close to being on the same page and nobody was racist. It could really work. It could be a utopia here on the planet. But we got to do what we got to do to get rid of this evil system of racism, white supremacy, because the main goal of the system of racism, white supremacy is to kill your black ass. Is to get rid of your black ass. To reduce your numbers to a point to where you're not a threat. You understand what I'm saying? And we just can't let that happen, people. That goes against natural law. And these racist white supremacists don't supposed to be here anyway. They are a genetic defect, an anomaly. They're an albinized human that come from black people. Albinized. They lack melanin. The sun in itself gives them skin cancer. Why do you think Bill Gates want to put shit up in the air to block the sun? He know who he is, and he know the last time the sun was blocked was during the last ice age. People with albinism, them Caucasians, were allowed to grow and multiply. People who had melanin during that time frame suffered and died at a rapid rate due to lack of sun. We get vitamin D from the sun. We get energy and strength from the sun. It kills them. You think about these things I'm telling you. Think about these things I'm telling you. Everything I'm telling you is factual, and you can Google search this shit. Anything come out my mouth, you could probably Google search it, unless I tell you otherwise. What I'm telling you is not a fallacy, it's not a whim, and it's damn sure not a conspiracy theory. You have been at war for 529 years. The reason you are treated the way you are is because you are the only true American. But if you look up the definition of American in the year 1828, so if you Google right now, 1828 definition of American, it's going to tell you who you are. And it's also going to tell you that white Europeans have been stealing your identity. You know, I ain't going to even leave it to chance. Fuck it. I'm going to look it up for you right here, right now, since I got your attention. So I'm going to go to Google. And we just going to look at this definition. And I do this in almost all of my videos anyway. So, you know, it is what it is. So, 1828 definition of American. Okay? Now, before I read this definition, before I turn my camera around and show you what I'm going to show you, I want you to, you know, when you get a minute, find a 1 cent copper penny laying around your house that matches the skin color of the back of your hand. That's almost identical to my skin color. And this is a 1 cent copper penny. You probably got 100 of them laying around your house. Okay? Now, I'm going to turn this camera around and we're going to read this definition together. It says, American, a noun, a native of America, originally applied to the aboriginal, that means from the dirt, or copper-colored races found here by the Europeans, but now applied to the descendants of Europeans born in America. This definition tells you who you are. You're not a West African slave. You're an Aboriginal American. You are an American Indian, the only true American Indian. And that these people have been stealing our identity. And people, it ain't going to stop unless we stop it. You understand what I'm saying? You on the right channel. And I don't know how long my video is going to be up. This information is detrimental to this government. This illegal corporation operating on foreign soil, this information is a direct threat. And you know what? I love it and I don't give no fucks. I love it and I don't give no fucks. It needs to be known. Enough for the bullshit. These people belongs in Europe. And I'll tell you something else about it. They don't even own Europe. There were Aboriginal Europeans that they stole the identity of. Again, these people are not original. They don't come originally from no landmass. They come from black people. These are our children. These are our offspring. 2 blue black people can give birth to an albino. He probably had 100 of them born today. That's albinism. People, the land under your feet belongs to you. And my people from the UK, if you black, Europe belongs to you. Why do you see all of those black statues in those black pubs? And they tell you that, oh, that must have been a slave. No, that was royalty. Them's the people who own Europe. You are a king or queen. You are royalty in Europe. Our brothers and sisters in Africa, they are Aboriginal Africans. The black Australians are Aboriginal Australians. We all are Aboriginal. This bullshit where everybody come out of Africa that's black, that's bullshit. There was no mass migration. It didn't need to be one. We come from the dirt of this continent just like every other mammal come from the dirt of this continent. Just like mice, insects. Everything comes from the dirt, air, salt, soil of that continent. That's why we all look slightly different. We got different phenotypes because the material dirt. Some places you got red clay. Some places you got black soil. Think about it, people. They told you that bullshit story so you would not claim ownership of what's rightfully yours. Look here. Join this channel. Get educated on shit you need to be educated on. The amount of ignorance that these people have taught us ends. It ends. It's got to go ways the fuck away. Because it's really irritating. They got us believing in fairy tales by way of religion. They got us believing that they are superior when they are not. They got us believing they are numerically the majority amount of people on this planet when they are not. They are a minority, a very small group of people. And that's why they have to lie so big. They can only control the majority through religion, through propaganda, through violence. That's why they want to unarm you about your guns. You understand what I'm saying? How do we fix all of this? Education, knowledge, and then the heart to stand behind that information and make true changes. When I said I don't give no fuck, that's truly what I mean. I'm going to go to my grave behind this. I'm going to my grave behind this because it's the truth and we all need to know. Okay? You can't have no fear no more. I'm not going to stand back and let them kill not one more black person without me doing the best as I can to bring awareness to it. And I hope you feel the same way. People, you have been, I have inducted you into the army of B1. It is now up to you to know what I know, to get educated some more on your people. Talk to your oldest relatives. Do your genealogy research. When I say genealogy, I mean paper documents, birth certificates, marriage licenses, census reports, military records. You can't trust DNA searches because that's for entertainment purposes only. That stuff can't even be used in court. Paternity can only, DNA can only be used from one live person to another live person, as far as, paternity tests and murder scenes. Everything else, you can't even bring that shit into court. That is no more or no less than scientific racism, just like eugenics was. They created these genetic databases so that you can go to them and they could tell you who you is. You can't get DNA about me from a bone that's in the ground 3,000 million years ago. You can't do it. You feel what I'm saying? So, matter of fact, I got a little time. I'm finna prove to you one other thing real quick. Or two other things. One, I just showed you the definition of American in the year 1828. It told you you're an Aboriginal American and that white racist Europeans have been stealing your identity. Here's something else I want to show you real quick. It's a Google search. Because we was all told about 1619, the transatlantic slave trade. And that story, the transatlantic slave trade, was not only told to us in reverse, thanks to Dane Calloway, who broke that information. It's a cover story for a real slave trade that took place on this continent. I'm telling you this because I want you to understand that you've been lied to on a major mass scale. And I want to get your head out of the clouds. I want to bring you back down to reality as quick as I can so that you can join this team and you can broadcast this information out. When you get it, you are a distribution arm for this information. You understand? We don't have millions and millions of dollars in budgets. No. We're like grassroots operation. When you go to your Facebook account or your Instagram account and you post what you learn here, then you are a distribution channel for this information. You are a part of the new black media. I'm sorry. You are a part of the new black media. When you share this information, you are a part of this army of people that are spreading this positive information so we can make changes. So welcome to the team. Now, I was talking about the slave trade. Here's the name of the real slave trade that took place on this planet. Now, I'm going to type this in, but while I'm telling you this, I want you to remember some shit. In school, they told you they couldn't enslave the Indians. You remember that? They said that these people would run away. They couldn't find them, so they had to go get West African slaves. Everybody was told that lie, right? So they had to go get West African slaves because they couldn't enslave the Indians. All right, so let me see if I can find this real quick. Okay, here we go. All right. European colonies purchased indigenous people as slaves as part of the International Indigenous American Slave Trade. I'm going to say that again. The International Indigenous American Slave Trade, which lasted from the 15th century, which is the 1400s, to the 19th century, which is the 1800s. International Indigenous American Slave Trade. Now that's important because they told us they could not enslave the Indians. But we have a definition for it's an International Indigenous American Slave Trade. That means they took slaves from America. Indigenous people. We think indigenous Aboriginal American Indians as those Chinese Mongolian looking Indians, but no, it was always us. The only slave trade that we know about on this planet, which they have drawings about and writings about, has always been melanated people. You understand what I'm saying? This slave trade started sooner, lasted longer, and again, it started in 1492, the 15th century. And it lasted all the way up until the end of the 1800s. But you never heard of this. You've only been told about a transatlantic slave trade. But this is an international indigenous American slave trade. They took our people from here to Sierra Leone, West Africa, to Spain, to Portugal, to Europe. And then they switched us around here on the mainland. They would enslave us here, a bunch of us in Florida, and ship you to New York. The minute you got off that boat in New York, you was a West African slave. Join the channel. You on the right channel. I talk about this on a few other videos, or you could take the classes, $49 or $199. Get caught up real quick. Because again, the goal is to build an army of knowledgeable melanated people. There's strength in numbers, people. There's strength in numbers. And the minute all of us get this, or the majority of us get this information, game over. Game over. But I know you got a little slave in you. We all do. Because of slavery. We have a little slave in us because of the system of racism, white supremacy. This kind of talk makes black people nervous. You see what I'm saying? Because it's that old house nigga, field nigga syndrome you're dealing with. We comfortable being murdered by police officers in the street like dogs. We're becoming comfortable with that. And if that shit don't scare you, that you are becoming comfortable seeing your people murdered in the street like a dog with rabies, if that shit don't irritate you to your soul, I don't know what kind of black person you are. But that's what they do. They drag out this fucking bullshit trial to make it okay with you. Because you know what you're thinking? I'm tired. I just don't want to put no more energy into this. I just want it to go away. But it ain't going to go away. Next week, another one of these race soldiers going to kill another innocent black person. The shit ain't going to stop until this government is made to, I want to say the right words here, until this racist government is brought to heel and told and made to know that we know it's a racist government, then it's going to continue to hide behind mass murderers and police that murder innocent black people. You understand what I'm saying? These people work for the government. J. Edgar Hoover, I don't know how many black leaders he killed. I want to say we know Malcolm X, we know Martin Luther King, the Black Panthers, you know, but we all blame J. Edgar Hoover alone. And hell, he didn't even go to jail for it. You see what I'm saying? But the government was never a suspect in this. Even though Martin Luther King's family sued the government and was paid because the government was explicit in this. But when we say shit like that, or the government was involved, still our minds don't put it squarely where it belongs. There's no aha moment like, goddamn, this government killed Martin Luther King. This government killed Martin Luther King, Malcolm X, the Black Panther Party. You know what else this government did? When Ronald Reagan was in office, it flooded our neighborhood with crack cocaine. This government did that. You can't put that on one person, like Oliver North. No, he worked for the government at the time. He was following orders from this government. People, we got to understand this. We got to put the blame squarely where it belongs so we can move accordingly. People, I beg you, I plead with you. Watch the video in the description. Get up to speed on this system of racism, white supremacy. You being beat down every day and you don't even know it. But you got symptoms. You're drinking heavy. You're doing drugs. You're yelling at your kids. You're crying in the dark. You're gaining weight. You're losing weight. You're losing hair. You can't maintain proper relationships. All of these are symptoms of stress. But you don't even know why you're stressed out. You think your stress coming from every place else, but where it is coming from. You being beat down by the system of racism, white supremacy, and don't even know it. I know I didn't know it. Join the channel. Watch it. I talk about that in one of my other videos. You know what I'm saying? But people, I'm gonna end this video. But here's the conclusion. George Floyd's trial. This is how it's gonna go. He's gonna get a slap on the wrist. The system of racism, white supremacy, does not punish its killers of black people. Do you understand what I'm telling you? He's gonna get a light trial. He already got a light sentence. I mean, they trying him for third degree murder. That's first degree. Video proof. Why do we need a trial to see what we already saw? You see what I'm saying? This is madness. We got to stop the madness, people. Join the channel, hit the bell, hit the all icon. All right, I love each and every one of y'all. Be one.